we all need mentors, and we need it. It goes both ways. And so, always keep that in mind in your career. Always help somebody else. Find the person that needs a hand, and give. There's a lot of tools out there, and so, and if you don't possess them yourself, you might know somebody. But I can tell you, I'm sure reaching out to a guy like you or myself or someone that's on your podcast and stuff. Those are the type of guys and gals who want to help others. So don't be afraid to ask. I'll tell you a quick story. I told you I started third trimester, right, in Providence. So I had the summer off. And so I went back to Cincinnati where my parents were living, and I needed to get a job. At the time, believe it or not, Cincinnati had 2 5-star restaurants. The Masonette was one of them. And the Masonette was owned by a family called the Commissar family. And in my innocence and not in cockiness or whatever you want to call it, I sent my resume directly to Mr. Commissar, the owner of the company. First year student, say, I'm off for the summer. I want to go work for you. And do you know that man, I walked in with a suit on. I mean, trust me, I was like, that's the kind of guy this was. 5-star, restaurant. And I go in during the day and the restaurant's closed, and I walked up to the 3rd floor up to his office. And I mean, the history there was just incredible. And he had me sit in his office with him, and he talked to me. Obviously he was sizing me up, but I was just like, I want to work for you, and this is why, and blah, 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 blah. He picked up the phone, called the chef at one of his restaurants. He goes, I'm sending a guy down there tomorrow. I want you to give him a job for the summer.
Wow.
So it just goes to show you, even though there's people in power or you think that are these powerful people with all this, whatever, some of them are the kindest. They didn't get there because someone they worked hard. They worked hard to get, and they want to get back. And I spent the summer working at Chester's Roadhouse in Montgomery, Ohio, and he was an incredible chef there. And I spent the summer there. I was a saute chef, or the saute cook on the line all summer long. We were doing 300 covers on Friday and Saturday nights. Let me tell you something. You learn a lot about cooking lines as a saute cook in a place like that. And it was unbelievable experience. And I will never forget Mr. Commissar and thank him for what he did for me. So I would certainly like to think that I can do that for other people as we go on here.
Yeah, and he's in the hospitality business, and he probably appreciated taking the initiative and coming and talking to him. And he said, this person
exactly
has drive, and he'll be someone good in the long run.
Right. So it was a great lesson for me.